कैसे लगा आपको? आपने अभी फ़िल्म देखी?
तो मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी ये फ़िल्म और मुझे बहुत गर्व है इस फ़िल्म को देख कर के कि खबर लहरिया का इतिहास रचा गया है, जिसको रिंटू, सुष्मिता और करण ने रचा। और इतनी मेहनत के साथ में फ़िल्म तैयार हुई और कई जगह मुझे आंसू भी आ रहे थे फ़िल्म को देख कर के, और बहुत मज़े भी मैं कर रही थी, देख रही थी। और ये भी ना कि खबर लहरिया को लोग जिस तरह से देखते हैं, तो कई बार लोगों को नहीं समझ में आता कि हम क्या करते हैं। जो लोग इस फिल्म को देखेंगे तो उनको अच्छे से समझ में आएगा कि हम दुनिया का कितना अनोखा काम कर रहे हैं, कितना बड़ा काम कर रहे हैं। उस पर मुझे गर्व है, अपनी टीम पर गर्व है। तो और सबसे ज़्यादा मैं खुश हूँ कि ये कहीं ना कहीं कैद है। कल के दिन मैं रहूँ ना रहूँ, टीम रहे ना रहे, लेकिन ये एक सीन रहेगी जो आने वाली पीढ़ी के लिए, आने वाले भविष्य के लिए बदलाव लाएगी। तो हाँ, बहुत अच्छी लगी ये फिल्म।
So there was no place even to stand. I mean, when people came, we had to turn some people away. But since
Oh, thank you all for coming and watching.
First of all, thank you for directing this amazing डॉक्यूमेंट्री। सो मेरा सवाल ये था कि जैसे आज के टाइम में जैसे हम देख रहे हैं विभिन्न विभिन्न तरह के जो इंडिपेंडेंट ऑनलाइन न्यूज़ आउटलेट्स हैं, जैसे न्यूज़ क्लिक से लेके नेशनल दस्तक तक। तो एक तो इनका रिप्रेशन, और आप जैसे लोग जब ये डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज लोगों के सामने ला रहे हो आज इतने काले दौर में भी, तो अब आगे का आप कैसे वो देख रहे कि आगे तो वो और बढ़ जाएगा, जैसे नए डेटा लॉज आ रहे हैं और नए कानूनों में जो कथाकथित देशद्रोह के कानून हैं, जो उनमें जो अमेंडमेंट्स हो रहे हैं, तो उसमें अब आगे आप हाउ यू विल कैरी फॉरवर्ड विद दिस वर्क।
थैंक यू यार, वो सवाल तो आई थिंक हम एक दूसरे से ऑलमोस्ट एवरी डे पूछ रहे हैं, अब मोर देन एवर। आई थिंक कई सारे लेवल्स पे निगरानी की को आप इनकाउंटर कर रहे हैं। जिस तरीके से हमने फिल्म बनाई उत्तर प्रदेश में बुंदेलखंड में, उस वक्त भी एक कॉन्शियसनेस था अबाउट द कैमरा स्पेसेस ऑफ अथॉरिटी में, बट अब इन स्पेसेस में शूट करना मुझे नहीं लगता पॉसिबल है, क्योंकि इतनी ज़्यादा निगरानी है। एंड आई थिंक ये सवाल बहुत ही कठिन है हम सबके लिए। एंड एज आर्टिस्ट, राइटर्स, जर्नलिस्ट, स्टूडेंट्स, रिसर्चर्स, हम लोग सब फ्रंट लाइन्स पे हैं। जो भी सत्ता में सरकार होती है, जो अथॉरिटेरियन होती है, वो सबसे पहले दे कम फॉर दैट, ऑल ऑफ अस। और अब जो हम देख रहे हैं एक तरीके का सेल्फ सेंसरशिप, जो और भी ज़्यादा डेंजरस है। बट आई वुड से इस स्पेस में काम करके, एंड वी हैव friends who are filmmakers and colleagues who are working on films, continuing to write, continuing to make films. अब थोड़ा सा आई थिंक स्मार्ट तरीके से ऑल्सो फिल्म्स हम कंसीव कर रहे हैं। थोड़ा सा पॉलिटिक्स ऑन द नोज एक टाइप की फिल्म है, थोड़ा सा सटल तरीके से बोलना एक टाइप की फिल्म है। एंड ऑल्सो इस चीज से पीछे ना हटना कि हम जो क्रिएट कर रहे हैं उसको लोग देख पाए। इस फिल्म को देखने की बहुत चाह है जैसे हमारे कंट्री में, लेकिन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफर्स नहीं है। बट फिर भी फाइंडिंग वेज टू मेक श्योर दैट व्हाट वी वांट टू से इज हर्ड, एंड एवरीबडी इज डूइंग इट इन डिफरेंट वेज। अभी व्हाइल वी वॉच्ड मूवी पे रिलीज हुई है, उससे पहले उन्होंने कोलैबोरेशन किया न्यूज लॉन्ड्री के साथ, तो वो मेहनत तो जारी है। एंड इन न्यूज मीडिया की दुनिया में अगर मैं देखूं तो व्हाट गिव्स मी ग्रेट कॉन्फिडेंस इज जिस तरीके से इंडिपेंडेंट न्यूज मीडिया एकत्रित हुई है। इफ यू सी न्यूज लॉन्ड्री, न्यूज मिनट, कैरावैन, स्क्रोल के काफी सारे रिपोर्टर्स, सीजन रिपोर्टर्स एक साथ एक एंटिटी बन के इलेक्शन रिपोर्टिंग कर रहे हैं। आई थिंक पिछले 6 महीने पहले they got together. तो
Also, I
वो
think Mook
unity
Naik was
में
also
solidarity
involved in
में
that.
बहुत, sorry, go on.
Mook Naik was also involved in that collaboration.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that those are the ways, and I think this is a time जहाँ हमको बहुत ही अलग अलग रहने के लिए there's more talk about what separates us and what we should fear, but to see these models where people are coming together and there is and building on solidarity now more than ever in this country.
Yeah, I
know
think
सवाल का जवाब था,
नहीं,
but
but मुझे लगता है कि हाँ, माहौल बहुत ही डिप्रेसिंग है 4 जून के बाद, मतलब क्या ही होगा, शायद सबको पता भी है इन वियर्ड वे क्या होने वाला है, बट आई थिंक वही होता है ना कि when the times get dark, the singing arises. So I mean, I don't think we have the comfort of being able to sit back and be cynical about the times we're in. काम होता रहेगा, and I think art is always political and will thrive ever more. And artists will find नए तरीके निकाल लेंगे लोग अपने कहानी बोलने के. और I think Payal is a great example for those of you who've seen her previous doc and what that did, and now with her feature which has come out, and hopefully we'll all get to see it. That kind of storytelling will continue. So yeah, I don't think I'm very cynical about that, but we'll have to find our ways of sort of working through this moment in our history that we are in. और ये इंडिया स्पेसिफिक इशू नहीं है, अब ये चैलेंज मतलब बहुत से देशों में आ रहा है, इन स्पेशली इन द फील्ड ऑफ आर्ट्स, चाहे वो पोएट्री हो जाए, चाहे वो लिटरेचर हो जाए, चाहे वो फोटोग्राफी हो जाए, विजुअल आर्ट्स एटसेट्रा. सो या एंड ये बहुत ही बड़ा सोल सर्चिंग वाला, मतलब आपने सवाल पूछे, इसका कोई क्लियर आंसर नहीं है. मुझे लगता है हर कोई अलग ही जवाब देगा, but I think we're carrying on with the work that we're doing, and that's the only way to sort of move ahead.
Yeah, I have the mic. Do I have to speak louder, or
No.
they can hear you? So one of the thank you for a beautiful film. One of the responses that I observed while we were watching this film, especially when the Yuva leader is sort of pulling the sword, out of its sheath and parading it really on those streets. I feel like audiences laugh when they see that. I don't feel like it. I heard it, and I heard right. And for me, this is a very disturbing thing to witness, because what it creates for me is a great degree of pain about the reality in this country today, right? And I wonder, why do we laugh? Why do we laugh when we see such flagrant exhibitions of Hindutva? Why do we laugh? It pains me greatly. And what's interesting is because this is now, right? When we see Ram Ke Naam, somehow, because it's from 2 decades ago or so, 1999, even before 1992, right? Anand was shooting in Ayodhya 1990-91, right? So when we as upper middle class, English educated, or even other language educated people, city people, when we see those images in Ram Ke Naam, we don't have this kind of response. I wanted to ask you, how do you respond to that kind of response, and I mean, like, how do you read it? What do you feel it says about where we are as a society today?
That's a really interesting question, because I have seen this specific response, funnily enough, only in the metros. So Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore. But when I take it into, the film is played all across the country. It's a very different response. मुझे लगता है कि ये एक sense of defense mechanism भी है, to look at Satyam's character as absurdism, क्योंकि हम कुछ कर नहीं सकते. All of the Satyam prototype is actually marching the streets of Delhi now.
Yeah.
और हम जब फिल्म कर रहे थे हमने 2017 से शुरू किया था ये देखना, like the planting of these seeds. But 2019 में जब जनरल इलेक्शंस के बाद तो मतलब it exploded, and धीरे-धीरे उसके बाद it filtered all across the country. और काफी लोग जो privilege से हैं, जो caste class privilege plus spatial privilege, which I see as the metros, could not believe that they were seeing the processions that you witnessed in the film taking place in the heart of, say, South Delhi. और यहाँ पे reaction वही होता है, हाँ ये क्या हो रहा है? And you just like, is that the way? But my reading is, it is a way of sort of like cutting that world out and isolating yourself in this vacuum, trying to make sense of the chaos we are in. And it's a very isolating experience, मुझे लगता है. But I don't want to put people who laugh on the defensive, because I don't think they know what the answer to this would be, you know. And you're right. ये आनंद के फिल्मों में मतलब you can see like this is not something that is a phenomena that has happened post 2014. ये चलते आ रहा है. Like the manifestation of what we're seeing in absolute terms right now has taken 70-80 years to build up to and bring us to this point here. And I think people have their own ways of dealing with the reality of India right now. So I don't know, Rintu, if you have, this is a great question, but that's how I read it. And I've only seen folks in metros laugh in that scene. And I've always found it to be curious.
I think my response is marred by my experience with Satyan. And meeting him first time was because of a story that Meera was doing for Vice. It was a print piece. And he was, you know, there is a duality that exists in these extreme situations जो आपको एकदम से handle करना. You are really looking at yourself when these kind of interactions happen, because he was so welcoming. He's a regular dude, you know, very welcoming into his small house. कैंपा पिलाई, मदर से इंट्रोड्यूस कराया, छोटी बहन से इंट्रोड्यूस कराया, इंटरव्यू में, you know, very civil. So like the usual thing that we say, that the devil doesn't come wearing horns. It's really, it's you feel very welcome until he starts speaking, and then, you know, not realizing my own maybe religious identity telling me कि ईसाई लोग तो पहले हिंदू ही थे, तो अब ये क्या है, you know. So when you experience that, yet at the same time we wanted to not present him as this bizarre, odd, weird guy, and therefore we wanted him to have some kind of interiority, that he's also a player in the larger game. And the way the BJP WhatsApp structure or the superstructure really penetrates to local cadre, and how that sophisticated style of giving people importance. He's a product of failed agriculture, and a father who had to you know, take his life. So that is also there. So our idea was to give you a full person as much as possible, even though he's not a full-fledged character in the film, and then take what you want from it. You know, he might be amusing. There are very amusing things he says, but not entirely so too. To me, it was very threatening. I didn't find him amusing at all.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How dangerous was it for you guys? Like, I mean, there was only that one scene where the guy asked you to put the camera down, and you sort of put it down geniusly. How many times that happened? How, like, it felt like, how many times was it scary to have that camera? Were people letting you all film? Like, because lots of places you're in cop stations talking about very scary, dangerous things. Did they stop you? Was it dangerous? Did they let you? How did you all manage to get like cameras in there?
Yeah, I mean, he said put the camera down, I put the camera down. He didn't say camera band kar dijiye. So there lies the fine line. But yeah, as Rintu was saying, I don't think we'd be able to do this anymore, because the camera has now in this country become an instrument of surveillance. And that's how it's seen. But yeah, I mean, see, like, we've been making films for like nearly 15 years now, and have been to most parts of the country. But this experience of extended, and the southern regions, the Bundelkhand region, it's a universe of its own. Yeah, so so where was I? Yeah, so I mean, dangerous in the sense, as dangerous as it was as it could get. But I think, we were also very aware of the fact that there's a certain amount of sort of city dweller privilege that you have when you're going into these spaces. और आप कुर्ता और jeans पहन के जा सकते हैं वहाँ पे, but the diction of our Hindi, the way we spoke, and clearly we looked like outsiders. The film crew was basically Rintu, Karan, and me. And I think fundamentally the kind of access that we had was because we stayed on ground for so long. Eventually, everyone, including the cops, including the politicians, everyone knew कि खबर लहरिया पे film बन रही है. And we've said this on a bunch of occasions that a lot of times people would just be like, आप इन पे क्यों film बना रहे हैं? हम पे बनाइए. And that act of not being taken seriously in itself was a great access point for us as a film crew. And having said that, the fact that the women at Khabar Lahariya had a lot of credibility in the community, but in the spaces that were deeply patriarchal and parochial, like police stations, politicians, parties, etc., people were always dismissive. So they were very curious about folks from Delhi who were making a film on Dalit women who've just transitioned to digital with their small phone cameras, while the male journalists over there were still operating those big video cameras with tapes still. And I think that
yeah, I can sort of quickly dovetail on that. हम हमेशा we would announce our intent, and that years of experience has taught us that really disarms people, because a policeman is always going to be suspicious of anyone with a camera, especially who doesn't belong to the region. तो बात करना, and we would always discuss with the journalist, and they knew a lot of these cops on an individual level already. तो पहले ही बोल देते थे कि ये केस के लिए आप मत करो, this guy is not good, या ये थाना थोड़ा tricky है. And the ones where they felt it was okay, I would always give the preface कि हम फिल्म बना रहे हैं, आपकी परमिशन है, यहाँ पे हम माइक रख रहे हैं, आप जो भी बोलेंगे रिकॉर्ड होगा, डिजिटल में है, फिल्म पूरी दुनिया में दिखाई जाएगी. So somewhere they feel a little not threatened, and a lot of times people speak their hearts. हम उसमें प्रॉब्लम देख सकते हैं, उनको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं लगता है. A lot of times people just when they say rape is a mental disease, etc., they truly believe that. It's only and we didn't really face a lot of problems or shutdowns, but we were very nimble as a crew, and we were super careful about when the camera was out and when we were accompanying, and if we were there also a lot of times not filming. So it was a very careful choreography of reading the situation and yet focusing on what we need from it at that time.
First of all, thank you for this beautiful documentary. I just want to ask how you decide the scenes, with what the key scenes you decide कि how we'll shoot with these scenes, कैसे ये scenes के बाद ये scene करना है, और खास करके कि उत्तर प्रदेश ऐसा setting choose किया for documentary. I just want to ask that.
Thank you. I think उत्तर प्रदेश में हमने बहुत काम किया है, especially आशा वर्कर्स और NGOs working with women के साथ short documentaries काफी करी हैं. तो थोड़ा सा familiarity था, but ये फिल्म की setting तो completely different थी. बुंदेलखंड, अगर आप कभी गए नहीं हैं, as you know, उधर हर चीज़ अलग तरीके से चलती है. तो पहले थोड़ा टाइम लग गया है सब समझने में और अपने आप को उस environment में welcoming तरीके से ढाने में. फिल्म को हमने ऑलमोस्ट 1.5 साल तक एडिट किया, और क्योंकि 3 किरदार थे एंड सब लोग ऑन एन एवरीडे बेसिस बहुत उनकी अपनी फिल्मिंग होती थी, तो फुटेज हमारे पास बहुत ज़्यादा था. तो हमने ये डिसाइड किया कि द फैक्ट दैट द जर्नलिस्ट बिलोंग टू द रीजन दैट दे रिपोर्ट ऑन बहुत बड़ा एक एस्पेक्ट है इस स्टोरी का. And they are using their own realities to reflect on other people's realities. वो एक central जैसे एक pillar बन गया फिल्म का. And then it was just putting together the personal, the professional, and the political, and they are all in conversation with the film, in the film with each other, शुरू से end तक. और क्योंकि खबर लहरिया बेस्ड है यूपी में, तो दैट बिकेम अ नेचुरल लोकेशन. हमने काफ़ी फिल्मिंग मध्य प्रदेश में भी करी है, झांसी जो बुंदेलखंड का दूसरा रीजन है, बट दो स्टोरीज डिडंट मेक इनटू द फिल्म. तो फिल्म बांदा, महोबा, चित्रकूट इन्हीं रीजन्स में लिमिटेड हो गई. बट ऑल्सो एक बहुत कॉन्शियस थॉट था कि यूपी को यूजुअली एक तरीके से हम समझते हैं जो थोड़ा सा और स्टीरियोटिपिकल भी होता है, जहाँ पर हर चीज का इंडिस गड़बड़ है, जेंडर, हेल्थ, लाइक द लोएस्ट डेटा. लेकिन एक जगह को और उसके लोगों को डेटा पॉइंट ना देख के क्या हम उसको एक कैरेक्टर, जिस तरीके से हमने अब ऑब्जर्व किया उत्तर प्रदेश की लैंडस्केप को, फिल्म में साइलेंसेस के लिए जगह, जहाँ पे जर्नी एक बहुत बड़ा थीम है. देयर कॉन्स्टेंटली जर्निंग, कभी क्राउडेड बस में, कभी क्राउडेड साधन में, कभी चल के, यू नो, द एक्सट्रीमिटी ऑफ वेदर. गर्मी बहुत ज्यादा है, सर्दी बहुत ज्यादा है. तो जो एक यूपी का सेटिंग है इज एज मच ऑफ द स्टोरी. तो उसको भी just the way when we were thinking about the cinematography of the film, to really hold that not as a place that's like the worst, but actually desert जहाँ पे खबर लहरिया जैसी oasis, you know, एक hope emerge हुई है और continue to grow कर रही है. So those were the different kind of thoughts.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So yeah, I'm also not very well versed with the process. मेरे को कुछ टेक्निकल क्वेश्चन ही पूछने थे आपसे, जैसे कि कितनी टोटल फुटेज थी आपके पास, और फिर कितने टाइम तक आप लोगों ने उन्हें चेस करा, आपका क्रू कितना मेनली, एंड देन हाउ डू यू गाइस डील विद सेंसरशिप?
Maybe you can answer this better. Sorry, were you also adding
No,
something?
these are the only 4 questions I have.
So the first question is the footage. The second is the crew technical. Honestly, this is a question we've asked so much. I have no idea how many hours of footage we have. I just know we have 4 years of footage. I know that people put it on an assembly and check time, etc. But matlab, it was almost impossible for us to do that because, yeah, about 4 terabytes of footage. And what we would do is every time we would go to film, we would come back and quickly sort of create little scenes from the material that we were filming. And because it spanned over 4 years, these scenes essentially became the brick and mortar for building the architecture for the story once we started editing. क्योंकि काफी बार ऐसा होता है, अगर आप लॉन्ग प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम कर रहे हैं, जब एक सीन को देखने का एक नजरिया होता है, किसके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आप देख रहे हैं और उसमें जरूरी क्या है. 4 years down the line, there is a great tendency to forget like what you did. So that's something that we did consciously, and that helped us. The camera, Sundance में when the film played, तो हर major festival में IndieWire एक assessment करता है कि in competition films what cameras have they used, and we were looking, Arri Alexa Mini, Arri Red, Sony Venice, all of that. And here comes Writing with Fire, which is basically the 5D Mark II and III, which are both obsolete cameras by then. But we had no choice because when we went to film first in 2016, Karan and I were using a Mark II and Mark III, which was in-house cameras. और हम गए थे just to do a recce trip. But उस 7 दिन के मटेरियल में इतना rich material हमें मिला, including all 3 characters, and we knew that inevitably it would make it back into the film. The second thing being कि UP, it's one of the driest and hottest parts of the country, that belt. And physically we had to be operating the camera in very hot spaces. We were filming next to coal mines. There were some scenes that didn't make it into the film. We wanted to have equipment that was very small, minimal, where we could carry lots of batteries, quick recharges, and essentially no tripods. So the whole film was shot handheld. Those were also aesthetic choices. We wanted the film to not be shot on sticks, and we basically used a 24-70 zoom lens and shifted between a 24-70 zoom and a 50 block. That's it. But I think it worked. We were very anxious in the beginning कि यार हम feature develop कर रहे, बहुत सारा मतलब crew होना चाहिए. Rintu doubled up as the sound person because it just felt like we couldn't expand the crew. हम बूम माइक लेके ऑपरेट नहीं कर सकते थे क्योंकि it would have become too visual. So that was the technical aspect of it. Censorship के साथ कैसे ये तो I don't know if anybody has an answer to this. I mean, an example that I can give you is, I don't know how many of you follow sanitary pads, the
Panels.
sorry?
Panels, sanitary panels.
Sanitary panels. Recently, a filmmaker made a film on her, and the film went on to play in a major festival in the Netherlands. But the filmmaker anonymized themselves. So the name of the filmmaker is an anonymous name, but it's a great film. And that's one kind of language that has now started, where you choosing mechanics and ways in which you are safeguarding your participants, your film, and yourselves. But telling the kind of story you want to tell. As far as this film is concerned, I mean, the challenge of censorship eventually came from the participants themselves, where once the film was nominated, and it's an irony of timeline. In 2022 Feb, the film got nominated, and everyone, including Khabar Lahariya, celebrated the nomination. 2 weeks after that, Adityanath came back to power for a second term in UP. And 2 weeks after that, Khabar Lahariya issued a statement where they said, the film does not portray our work. And we are friends with all political parties, including the BJP. And the fact that the co-founder on Barkha Dutt show went on to say the film shows Dalit women as powerless women. हमें बेचारी दिखाया गया है. Now, within that itself, that says a lot about the moment we are in this country. This coming at the back of 14 months of the journalists not only traveling with the film, but endorsing it and celebrating it in every public forum, including, the New York Times se leke Guardian tak har jagah unke quotes. And the same co-founder going on to, before the film found its audience with Sundance, we did a special screening for them where she said कि कल हम रहे ना रहे, खबर लहरिया रहे ना रहे, ये film हमारी legacy है. So in a matter of 14 months, the political winds changed, so much changed. And that came as a huge shock. And I think like for the both of us, it was a moment of great pause and introspection and heartbreak and soul searching. कि हम ये काम कर ही क्यों रहे हैं? अगर हम अपनी जिंदगी के 6 साल एक ही फिल्म में लगा देंगे और उसके बाद I think we took a huge pause, and then the decision to bring the film back to India for Indian audiences was super critical for us. And in the October-November of 22, the film premiered in India at Dharamshala Film Festival, and we were just, I think both of us were overwhelmed with how the film was received. And we felt that it was important, like all our other work, to have this film available for audiences, and not just a certain kind of audience, but any and every kind of audience. So over the course of the last year and a half, the film has screened in over 100 spaces, which include festivals and the Kochi Biennale and spaces like Vikalp, but also in community screenings, in villages, in schools and universities across the country. And right now the film has pretty much played in all states across the country. Could we do more? Yes, but I think as independent filmmakers, there's just as much that you can do. You can never hit the kind of volume you want to hit, but it just gives me a lot of heart to see, even after 3 years, that the film still has an afterlife, and folks such as yourselves are at 9:35 sitting listening to two people from Delhi talk. So, and I think that fills my heart with joy. So, yeah, thank you for coming. That's again.
Hi. You told us that you spent almost 6 years making this film. So how did you came to this topic? Like, how did you find about the channel, this woman and everything, and when did you decide to make a film on this?
We read about them. In fact, we saw a photo story online. It popped up on Sushmit's Facebook newsfeed. It was a photo story done by a photographer for Pari, the institution, and it had a very gorgeous stop motion animation of not animation, stop motion photography of a woman traveling through the landscape and mostly media dark villages in rural UP, distributing a newspaper. And the text said that it's a newspaper that she has helped not just report on, but also produce and distribute. And the fact that a women-led and a marginalized women-led news institution was existing in Uttar Pradesh and had been around for 14 years, all of those were operative words, which got us curious, and we reached out to them. They have an office in Delhi, and they were aware of our previous work. So it was more of a conversation of, oh, okay, what do you want to do? And we don't have any money to give you to make a film. And then it was very early stages, and we said we'd like to know more. And given that the story is located in a part of the country that we are not aware of, we would like to spend some time. And I think documentaries mein timing is everything. Spielberg said God is director. It just happened that as we had reached out, they were making this transition to digital in their 15th year. And they had this meeting where everybody had, the entire rural team, the reporting team was coming together and discussing this shift. And we happened to take our cameras. Usually जब हम recce करने जाते हैं तो cameras नहीं होते हैं. But it felt like an important meeting for them. तो हमने सोचा, let's just take 2 DSLRs and a mic set, and I could do audio. And if the footage is nice, it could become a film. If it's not, they can keep it. It was super casual like that. But it turned out to be a historic meeting for them. The footage was really an invitation for us into their world. You see that meeting in the film. It pretty much has its own space. And very fortuitously, I think हमारे जो 3 किरदार हैं, we found them in that meeting. Meera being like somebody who's making the pitch, clearly a leader, clearly someone who knows how to pitch her ideas and keep the tribe together in doing that. Sunita was clearly the outlier, questioning everybody. I absolutely loved the anti-establishment energy that she had and a very strong mind. And Shampali being, the super nervous person, really embodying the nervousness in the room, yet at the same time, something very fierce about her. So it usually doesn't happen that you sort of like meet people and it happens. So we interviewed all 23 of them. And honestly, we could have turned the camera on any one of the women and there would be a film. But we felt like Meera or Sunita ke beech mein ek mentor-disciple relationship develop, hum kar sakte hain as a storyline. And, so it just was about we spent about 7 days with them. And it was just their beginning of figuring out video. And it felt very meta, them film, understanding the craft and the politics of image making through the visual medium as we are filming them. So it also led to many informed conversations, जो usually हम participants के साथ बहुत देर बाद होती हैं. हमारा नजरिया क्या है, हम फिल्म क्या बनाने. It happened much quicker with them because they were media makers. They understood very well. And there were very critical questions asked, हमें आप कैसे दर्शाने वाले हो? Nazariya kya hai? These are questions that we always, at some point you get there, but this happened very initially. So that was super good. And I think after we came back and looked at the rushes and sort of saw the material, we felt कि एक film तो है और ये short नहीं लग रही है, इसमें time लगेगा. तो शायद 2 साल लग जाएंगे. तो हमने एक दूसरे को बोला 2 साल का timeline तो हमको रखना पड़ेगा. We have to figure out fundraising कैसे करेंगे. But it turned out to be 4 years because the film kept going deeper and deeper. And every December we'd ask each other, kya lag raha hai? And it felt like we might need more time. So COVID ho gaya fir 19 mein, and that turned out to be literally the last shoot schedule. But by then we had figured that we kind of have all the arcs. And Sunita ki just shaadi hui thi, or she had allowed us to film that. So it felt like a closure for her story also, because uski kahani nahi samajh aa rahi thi ki kaise, where is it going? How do we end that? Nahi karti to bhi there was an end, but it turned out to be the way it did.
So, congratulations on making it to the top 5 in the Oscars. So, we haven't talked about the reactions that you got with those audiences. You know, as you've talked about, a simple production, small team, and those big ticket films. So, what did that feel like when you were, there with such a beautiful film, but done with so much creativity and so much that you faced? So, what were the reactions that you got there to a story like this?
Thank you. Sish, do you want to go? I think you can
I
come.
don't know if I might just freeze in the middle. So why don't you go?
Okay. It was, it was one of those things that we had always considered when we were making the film, that what is the audience, who is the audience, and again had the opportunity to discuss that with Khabar Lahariya, and one of the things that they said was हमारे काम को कोई समझता नहीं है, more than जानता नहीं है. It was like हमारा काम समझाना बहुत मुश्किल है कि क्यों औरतें ये नलका टूट गया है उसके पीछे रिपोर्ट लिख रहे हैं, क्यों. And therefore we want to be then known for our work, and we want the film to be watched by global audiences. तो इसलिए एक WhatsApp ग्रुप क्रिएट किया था हमने between the leadership of KL and us, and it was called शामकली at Sundance. तो वो एस्पिरेशन बहुत शुरू से ही था कि and we said कि हाँ, अगर ये फिल्म अच्छी होगी तो बाहर जाएंगे, हम प्रीमियर्स पे करेंगे. सो सबके पासपोर्ट भी बहुत टाइम से बन गए थे. अभी अलगाती कोविड आ गया, सन्नाटा में हम जा नहीं पाए, बट मीरा डिड accompany us for the 8th screening in Amsterdam, and it was stupendous to have her witness this kind of appreciation for their work, and by a very wide audience. And she walked up the stage, and sort of there was a standing ovation for her, and she flipped out her camera. So it was just this amazing moment of like power, gaze, everything shifting. बहुत ही amazing और meta था. And the film won an audience award there. That was not a surprise. I think the Oscars are a completely different beast, yeah. It was very, it became a very organic decision because film को global distribution बहुत अलग, the traditional नहीं मिला था, so it was getting distributed piece by piece, but it was winning awards and a lot of audience awards, which is an indicator that people are resonating with the film, and we felt कि थोड़ा सा अगर हम इस पे और मेहनत करें तो maybe it can have a much bigger audience and an afterlife. So उस एक focus से we started doing the campaign. It is a very American award show. So you every time you show up, there's almost like ये कहाँ से आ गए, but the film is doing its job. I don't think we could have done it without the film being so loved by a global audience. And I think there is a world of independent. Sorry?
The one really good thing that happened as the film became big, like after the shortlist and then the nomination, was we had also sort of been parallelly running an impact campaign through the film for KL. And that kind of visibility really worked well because then newer international alliances were curated for Khabar Lahariya. Significant amount of funding was raised, which allowed them to then soon after expand to 3 new states. Now they are operating beyond Uttar Pradesh. 3 नए states में हैं. They doubled their team size. They upgraded their tech. So I think those were one of the outcomes of just the film's larger global visibility. But I think across the board for a white audience, everyone was just in awe कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है, because the role of women in different societies historically, jitna bhi nuanced society ho, has been of second-rate citizens. For instance, last year the film was released theatrically in Japan, and it opened in 8 prefectures. And by the time we hit 4 weeks, it was playing in all prefectures across the country because of organic demand. And we were there for 5 days, invited to present the film. The reaction of women over there across ages and across demographics was visceral. कि ये औरतें ऐसे कैसे अपनी आवाज उठा रही है, खाली घर पे ही नहीं पर सोसाइटी में जाके मर्दों के साथ. And then we were just like, what's going on here? And then we realized how society is calibrated in, say, that part of the world. So similarly, in the Nordic countries, the reaction was very peculiar, but across the board, under the umbrella of people were just overwhelmed and in awe that such a tiny sort of institution can be doing such work, which essentially became the philosophy of the film and the film's awards run, that such a tiny film in that sense from India, with no template, like before that, no doc from India, no feature doc from India had ever done an Academy campaign, and this was the first time. So it was an absolute shot in the dark. And we were overwhelmed, being there. But it was also beautiful to be there, and in a weird way, like to represent the country. And as she said, it's a very American award. But the one question we got was, how is it feeling being the first feature doc from India to be here at the Oscars? It's like fabulous. So yeah.
But you do get asked stupid questions like India में औरतें इतनी strong भी हो सकती हैं. So sometimes you just like the conversation here is so different, and that's why I love the home audience. Here, there's a lot more that we need to educate people before they can stop being so much in awe that women in India can have a mind of their own and are not just great.
Hi. It's very beautiful film. The way you shape the narrative is like it took too much of time. It's a very tedious process in post production. So how the grants helped you to sustain that amount of time, and also the mentoring of some of the a good people, and how it shaped much better way to create a narrative.
I think the grants were significant in making sure that we were always paid a salary. So we run a production company called Black Ticket Films, and we have a salary. But in 2019, we both decided to pull back from active work at BTF to invest our time in editing the film. और वहाँ सबसे बड़ा सवाल फिर ये उठता है कि हम sustain कैसे करेंगे अपने आप को, and the grants kicked in, and that helped. And I feel, we were also a part of many fellowships, and the fellowships were critical in being able to just have a cohort of filmmakers from other parts of the world review your material and give you how they are responding organically or otherwise to that. And those are our audience testers in that sense. The collaboration that we had on the edit was with Anne Fabini, who's a German editor. And you must watch, if you can get your hands, Torrent pe hai, this film called Of Fathers and Sons, which is nominated for an Academy Award, I think in 2018 or so. It's a stunning film. And we wanted to work with an editor, a woman editor, an international editor who had no context to caste, especially caste in India, so that there was no stickiness with the material. Like, we were very attached to the material. We wanted someone who had no context to the story to come in. So collaborating with Anne was fantastic because she really helped us trim the fat. But we had our debates on the edit. We knew the kind of story we wanted to tell. And I think the thing with international forums, especially in the West, is the fact that people tend to be much in awe of models of social justice like Khabar Lahariya. And in that sense, their narrative input should come from that perspective of exotifying the stories. And for us, we were very clear. For us, our first audience was an Indian audience, and we were making this story for Indians because I think Indians needed to witness the power of these women in the way we had witnessed it, and then came how do we though make sure that this film can play equally well in Bundelkhand and Burundi and Boston. So that's, I think, essentially why the edit eventually ended up taking 18 months. We've come to the edit over a period of time and then take a break. And I think those breaks are very critical, to step away from the material for some time before you come back again. Breaks matlab not a few hours or a few days, but a few weeks. That's how we sort of structured. But it was always, as Rintu said, the personal, the political, that was always having a dialogue with each other. And every scene, if you look at the film, is addressing multiple themes. But you always see it from the perspective of the scene has been edited from the point of view of one character, you know, either Meera or Sunita or Shankari. And then, of course, there's the meta-narrative of Khabar Lahariya, which for us was indicative of where journalism could go in this country, and a reflection of where we were as a society. So yeah, it was a very, very intersectional story, बहुत complex था, and also as outsiders to, you know, that socio-geopolitical context, we had to be very mindful of how you delicately weave this story. Yeah.